I'm Wassen here on the Pinter and Patrick show.
What's up, guys?
We're out here at Vanilla Sugar Face and Body where we're going to talk to Liz Steffen today and one of the lovely ladies who works in there with her. And we're going to talk about what they have going on this coming Monday. It's an open house. They have tons of specials coming up as well. And then we'll talk a little bit about dry skin and does chapstick actually make your lips dry?
I'm excited to find out.
Yes, I think
this is going to be big.
You may or may not need that chapstick, Adam.
May or may not need that chapstick.
So, what's happening in the Peoria area in terms of sports, high school sports, college?
Oh, let's see. Well, it is basketball season now officially, now that football, soccer over. So with basketball we got going, Richwoods is having a great year so far.
Yeah.
It's nice to see them get kind of back on the map. They beat Notre Dame last week. They beat Manual pretty handedly, so that's going to be exciting. Once they get into that Big 12 play with the Bloomington schools, the Champaign schools, who always produce some athletes coming out of there, it's going to be a little bit tougher for them. And that's men's and women's at Richwoods.
Yeah.
Men's, I believe they're undefeated. They moved up to 10th in the state rankings. The women's, they moved up to 1st in the state rankings already.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome. With a big win over Morton is one of their first games of the season, and that's one that you hardly hear about anyone in the state ever beating Morton women's basketball, much less a local team like that.
Yeah.
So great for them. As far as that goes, we had
What about wrestling?
Wrestling is also starting to shape up here. We got some good guys coming out of Washington, of course, the powerhouse in the area. They're doing great. Even first year without Coach Medlin, still doing very well. Notre Dame is having a good year. They've got a few of their guys that had made it to state last year. Tristan Doherty is a sophomore this year. Leo Mashinsky is a junior. They're both winning tournaments. I believe Tristan got second last week at Chatham, and Leo got first. Jake Solberger, a freshman out of Notre Dame, great young wrestler. Not biased because he's not an athlete or anything, but a very strong young man. He got second in that varsity tournament down there in Chatham as a freshman, so says a lot for him, and he's got that work ethic and he's got that drive, so big things coming there too.
And speaking of big things coming, speaking of sports, non-traditional sports that people are going to start seeing a lot more of is powerlifting. Down at the Civic Center, our coach W.T. Franklin had the War of the Demigods down at the Civic Center last weekend, and there was 50 lifters there on Saturday.
50 lifters.
You coached some athletes. I helped coach a little bit, and from what I've seen after that event, there's going to be bigger and better things to come here next summer, and it's going to be
Most
awesome.
definitely.
So touch a little bit on that meet, if you would, Adam.
Oh, man, that was a lot of fun. We had a whole lot of Team Franklin athletes lifting there, and we had a couple that won everything there, so won the whole shebang. So it was neat. We had Candace Philpott won the women's overall. She did an incredible job. Huge shout out my guy Riley Lule. He's on Team Franklin, and I've been coaching him for about 2 years now. 9 for 9. He hit every single one of his lifts, PR'd on all of them. Wow. Just an incredible day.
Absolutely.
Incredible day. Your guy Matt.
Yep.
8 for 9.
8 for 9. His
Awesome
first
day there.
meet, and I mean that meet down there that WT puts on. It's not any walk in the park. I mean,
Not
you're
at
walking
all.
down a ramp with lights and smoke, and all eyes are on you. And it's not like doing it in the gym by any means. So anyone who went out there on Saturday, great job to all lifters and competitors, because it was a great time.
Oh, definitely. Huge congratulations to all those guys, and a big thank you for coming out. Big thank you for WT for putting that on, because he does such an awesome job with that, and it is not easy at all. We got to see just a glimpse of the background that goes into it this year.
Yep.
And, oh, man, he works for months on end to get that where it needs to be.
Absolutely. So that's it with sports, and then what's happening in the Peoria area. We're going to head inside with Liz at Vanilla Sugar Face and Body, and we're going to find out about all the great things that they're doing here over the next several days. So stay tuned. What's happening, everybody? Patrick Thompson, Adam Wassen here at Vanilla Sugar Face and Body with Liz Steffen and Megan here. We're going to talk about today what their open house is going to be consisting of this coming Monday, and just all their specials that they have going on over this holiday season. And I think we can definitely do a little recap of what we've done over the last couple shows, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
A little back waxing.
Back waxing.
Perms, I think it was.
Lash perms.
Extensions.
Lash extensions. The mermaid lashes.
This guy. back waxing.
I think he needs mermaid lashes next.
I think we should do that.
Yeah.
2018 is going to be a big year. Let's go. For it.
So tell us a little bit about this open house coming up.
Yeah, so we're doing a open house on Monday night from 4 to 8 p.m. And we're doing it to benefit the General Wayne Downing Veterans Home here in Peoria. A lot of people haven't heard of them at all. And what the facility actually is, it's an actual house that homeless veterans now live in. And it's not temporary housing, it's permanent housing. They can leave if they want to, but it is permanent housing for them. So a lot of these gentlemen who live in the house have massive PTSD. I don't know if they've had drug addictions in the past, but maybe they did. Sometimes when you go to war, you just see such horrific things that afterwards, just dealing with that, it's a very difficult thing. So they provide the resources that these people need to make a good life for themselves.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So, I'm a Navy veteran myself. I come from a huge military family background. My husband's still in the service. I got cousins. I got 2 nephews serving right now. And so it's a wonderful way to partner up with something that I'm very passionate about.
That's awesome. Well,
And
thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. For helping out, getting the word out as well. We just love helping people, and if you think about it, when you get people off the streets, it's so good for them. It gives them morale boosting. When somebody hits rock bottom that way, it's a wonderful way to help just get them back on their feet. One of the big things that happens is when that people go into the home, they now have a physical address.
Awesome.
So they have an address where they can, use for applying for jobs and create a career.
Have a sense of, it's their home. They
Yeah.
can have
Yep.
mail come to them.
Absolutely.
Which is something that they may not have had over however many years it could have been.
Yeah.
One question I had was, how did you get involved in that? And if someone's listening or watching this, how can they get involved to help as well?
So one of the big things that's important to ask is when you want to help somebody, you have to just start talking about it. So that's exactly what I did. Was I just started talking to people. I said, hey, I really want to get plugged in with a veteran community. You've got the VFW, you got the other one, I can't think, the American Legion.
Mm-hmm.
And there's lots of great programs, but I wanted to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
And I've worked with many people who I saw changes happen to them, where they go from, normalcy to total chaos inside their head. And, the day I got to my first squadron, they were talking about how somebody didn't show up to work that day and he tried committing suicide. And, when you do that in the service, they kick you out. I don't know if they provide help for that anymore, but these people are going out on the streets and they need help.
Yeah.
And that's where I really want to, share my passion with, is how can we help support that and help support that cause. So I just started asking people, and you and I know a common person, the owner of Mid-Illinois Companies, Dennis Higdon.
Yep.
And he's very well versed in the community and, organizations throughout the community. And he goes, have you heard of the Downing Home? And I said, no, never even heard of it. And most people, as I'm talking about it to people, nobody's heard of it that I share that information with. They don't publicize. They don't have big billboards. The Fuller Center does, which is wonderful. But this organization, they are partnered up with Goodwill Industries, which is wonderful because that's what helps support them. But really, they do need more than that.
Right. And
they need community help as well.
Absolutely. And obviously, like financially helping the home, and then with the Goodwill, do they help with like clothing and things of that nature, or how else do people help with the Goodwill and then the Downing Home?
Yeah, so they are separate a little bit.
Okay.
So I believe with the Downing Home, the Goodwill will give them financial support up to a certain point, but then there is a general manager at his name is Mel Green down there at the Downing Home. Wonderful gentleman. He's also a veteran. And he works there. That's his full-time job. And he's also got some other support staff there as well that helps find resources for the guys that are down there. So whether it's, they need clothing, they'll find resources throughout Peoria. Whether they go to the Goodwill to get clothes, as I've been talking with Mel, I'm finding out, well, what do you guys need? How can the community support you? And he just gave me some really basic things. They have a library in there. So I said, well, how often are you trying to change out your books? He goes, it's good to change them out every now and then. I go, okay, so like maybe I can do a book drive next year.
Awesome.
And I love books. I love reading books. I have a library in my own home. Education is, you can start off on your couch with a book.
Yep.
People who have large gardens and have a surplus of vegetables, they can bring it right down there. Just put it in some bags. You can leave it at the front door.
Awesome.
I'd put a note on it, of course. Like the poison apple from, Snow White or anything. But, those are just things. And then obviously financial support.
Okay.
I don't think a lot of these people have good relationships with their families. So, like for us, we're doing this drive during the Christmas season to, give them a financial resource so the guys can buy themselves something for the holidays.
Definitely.
Or find something that they need. We haven't finalized what exactly we're going to do yet. We may go out and just get gift cards, one for each person there. Or if maybe you want to contribute, like if they need a computer, we can make that purchase for them as well.
Awesome. And then how do we help with that? That's on Monday, you said, the open house?
Yes, on Monday from 4 to 8 p.m. We are charging $10 a ticket. We still have some tickets left. We do have limited space and availability, but we've got food and beverages. And we are also offering $10 glycolic or lactic acid treatments on the skin. Normally they're $65, but we're only charging $10, and all of that's also going to the Downing home.
Wow.
No, that sounds like a great deal, but
yes.
What is it?
Oh. Did I mention it's $10 to get in, first of all, and then $10 for the service? So it could be $20 that, which is a wonderful opportunity. And the $10 just buys your food. So what was your question again, Adam?
What the treatment is.
Okay. So glycolic and lactic acid are alpha hydroxy acids. So glycolic is a very small molecule. And, we put it in a serum and you put it on your face and it tingles. And what it's doing is it's actually exfoliating your skin.
Okay.
So you can use, like some people are familiar with the apricot scrub or pumice, where you do this. This doesn't have any grit to it. It's completely soft and gentle on the skin, but it does tingle. So it works kind of the same way, but just in a different way. Okay. And then the lactic acid, which is derived from milk, from dairy products, and that's a larger molecule and it's more gentler on the skin. So we could provide this service for anyone who's got sensitive skin, overly dry skin, or somebody who's got super oily skin, acne, or just normal skin. So we can provide this service for anybody.
Okay, awesome.
And what it does is it brightens up the complexion, smooths out fine lines and wrinkles, and just makes you look more youthful. Takes a couple of years off your face.
You need that.
For $10.
I hear you. For $10, there we go.
Yeah, that sounds like an incredible offer that you're doing for people to come in to Vanilla Sugar Face Body. It's gonna be here, right?
Yes.
And then they can have that treatment, and all of the funds or proceeds are going to the Downing home.
Yeah. Yeah,
awesome.
And for your entrance, you also get entered in for a $100 gift card.
Oh, awesome.
So, nice. One of our guests could possibly win that. And we're going to have a party. We're going to have fun. We're also promoting our gift certificate sale. We have a BOGO sale. Megan, you want to talk about the BOGO sale?
Sure, yeah. It's like the best thing ever. So basically, you get to buy you buy a $100 gift card. And then the next $100 gift card that you get is 25% off. So you're getting that one for $75. It's a $100 gift card, but you're only paying $75. So buy a $100 gift card, get your next $100 gift card 25% off. So it's really wonderful, and most people here buy them for themselves. So, especially if you're a regular client, I mean, it's awesome because it's going to go right back.
And we offer
a lot of deal.
Yeah, and we offer a lot of specials. So a lot of times they'll even use that on top of their regular special, and so they're getting a huge deal.
Yeah, it's
so
awesome.
A lot of times your services can be discounted about 50%. So we do this every December. It's kind of like our gratitude sale of giving thanks.
I like it. Yeah.
For our loyalty, and because if it wasn't for our guests and clients, we wouldn't be where we're at today. Absolutely. And awesome estheticians like Megan. So
exactly.
So it sounds like what you guys are doing here, our ladies are doing here at Vanilla Sugar Face and Body over the next week and couple weeks here, is that you're having an event to give back to the community, to veterans, but you're also having specials over the next week or two to give back to your clients or maybe even new clients because of what they've been giving you over the last year or so.
Yeah.
And so it's basically saying thank you for your business.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, what you guys are doing, ladies are doing here, sorry.
You can call us guys, it's okay.
Is
Plural.
I mean, it's awesome. So what other, I know in our BNI group, you talked about you had a special, or you had some like 12 days of Christmas or something like that.
Yeah, so we're running 23 days of Christmas.
23.
It was a lot of work. We're right in the middle of it right now. So like today's special is right now we're doing 25% off any full set of lash extensions. And our lash extensions go all the way up to $350. So that's a huge savings. Somebody was in today, got a full set of $300 lashes, and they paid $225.
That's
so
incredible.
they saved $75. And you know, Megan did that service. I saw the lashes afterwards. They were awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, they were really cool.
And it was a gift from her spouse.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to gift his wife something special for their anniversary. And we've talked about lash extensions before, that it's, you know, women like their lashes. You know?
Oh yeah.
I can
They
imagine.
really do. Yeah, you know, tomorrow I think we're doing like a glycolic special.
Yeah, so you basically, tomorrow's special, is that only one day?
Yeah, that's one day
Yeah,
tomorrow.
okay. So on the 9th, which is tomorrow, if you call in or come in, we can schedule you for a dermaplane service with a glycolic or lactic treatment, kind of like we talked about for the party. But basically, it's like a $95 service if you get the dermaplane service with the glycolic add-on. But it's going to only cost you $50 if you schedule it tomorrow. You can call and schedule it or come in and schedule it, and you will have to prepay. But it's $50 instead of $95, and that's pretty darn good. So
Yeah.
and it's a really nice service. It's a nice like little hour, and it's just nice to pamper yourself, and it's a good deal, and it's great for winter because everyone is really dry right now and getting kind of flaky because the winter just turned on us basically, and it's like here.
I know it. My hands, my
So
arms,
it's a really
everything.
nice service to get those dead skin cells off and just kind of refresh your
Yeah.
face. So
One of our other sales that we have is, speaking of like you're talking about their dry skin,
Yeah.
is that we have a special. I'm not sure which day it is. I think it's one day next week where we call it the Illuminating Duo, where you can come in and purchase an illuminating mineral powder. Or you can get a foundation too. We'll do it for foundations as well. But then you go home with a $25 body cream that we make that's got loaded with shea butter, jojoba oil. And I have a client who has extremely itchy skin. She's been to the dermatologist. They couldn't figure out what was going on. And I gave her a jar of the cream at no charge. I'm like, just try this. I want to see. And she goes, it's the best thing. I mean, she tried over-the-counter moisturizers. The problem is when you buy over-the-counter moisturizers in the drugstores is they're really not loaded with quality ingredients.
Right.
no, and a lot of them, it's crazy, but a lot of them, if you look at the main, like the first ingredient, which means there's a little bit more of that ingredient than the other ones, there's a lot of alcohol products, which are drying. So it's kind of, yeah.
Mineral oil
Right.
too. And mineral
Yeah.
oil is drying on the
Yeah.
skin. It's actually considered
not
an
know that.
occlusive. So what some people use mineral oil because it creates a barrier between you and the atmosphere. But it's really drying out your skin. But you don't
Okay.
feel dry when it's on, but it's actually drying out your skin because you can't draw moisture in from the environment.
I got a good question.
Okay.
Here.
Are you going to
I'm anxious to hear this answer.
okay.
So if you speaking of if you apply it, it doesn't feel dry, but it does actually dry it. Does chapstick dry your skin when you put it on the lips?
It depends on the chapstick you're using
Okay.
and what's in it. Actually, a lot of people really love to use like Ballistex medicated and like Carmex, and those products actually have, it's kind of crazy to hear that, but basically it has like little tiny pieces of fiberglass
Wow.
in the product, and when you put it on, it like kind of creates cuts in your lips so that the medication can go in, but it's not going to hydrate you. It's just actually like more irritating than anything. So
It's
for all the
life-changing.
Carmex and
Dun, dun,
Ballistex users,
Holy smokes.
I
Yeah.
really like, actually we just started doing
Our own.
our own lip balm, and it's got a lot of like shea and coconut oil and things
Yeah.
that are nourishing,
Ooh.
and naturally work for you.
Yeah. Called Sweet Lips.
Yeah. Those do
I
have
need some
some
of
tint
this.
if you don't mind some purple lips.
Yeah,
but,
they do have a tint.
I was
They do
going to
have a
ask
tint.
if you guys had something I could buy that did have the tint to it.
We are gonna sell a
non-tinted one.
We just were playing around with it.
I
to
might
see
just wear it.
How about some with
anyways.
sparkles in there? Can I get one with that?
You're gonna go home. You're gonna go home and kiss
Good
your
luck.
lady, and she's gonna be like, "Where have you been?"
Yeah, and there's a little bit of it's kind of like sweet on your lips too, so it kind of tastes good.
Yeah, it kind of tastes
Awesome.
like buttercream.
Yeah, it
Frosting.
smells so good
Ooh.
too. Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Is this looks like it's all natural?
It is.
So we have a smooth blend of beeswax, coconut oil, vitamin E, and shea butter.
Yes, all very healthy, nourishing things for the body.
Not fiberglass.
No fiberglass.
Holy smokes!
I learned something too. I didn't even know
You didn't
that.
know that? Oh
Nope.
man, yeah. The medicated chapsticks, you want to just stay away.
See, I just never used them anyway. So.
We,
Gotta
you
ask.
know, it's funny. The reason that I learned that is because I was in marching band, one of those, and like I was in color guard, but like the people that actually like play like the brass instruments and stuff like that, they are not allowed to use it because it messes with your lips.
Wow.
So it actually impedes your playing ability. So
Very,
Yeah.
very good information. So before I brought that great question, I would say out, we were talking about dry skin, right? Mm-hmm. Why should people this time of year, whether they're people like Adam and I or you ladies, why should people be worried about whether they have dry skin or not?
So one of the things that if you want dry skin, that's fine. You know, I personally don't like dry skin. One is it gives you an ashy look. But the big thing for people is that it itches. It itches. Now, from an anti-aging perspective, it will like your skin becomes dehydrated, and when it becomes dehydrated, it gets wrinkly. And so you mix that in with the dry, flaky, itchy skin. I mean, it's just
uncomfortable.
it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's not pleasing to look at.
And can people become fatigued or tired from dry skin, like just because of how they feel during the day?
I wouldn't say from dry skin.
Okay.
No, maybe just dehydration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can have dry skin and you can also have dehydrated skin. And there's like a very fine line between the two. You can drink tons of water and still have dehydrated skin. You know, you could be exposed to environmental factors. Like if you're a skier and you're, you know, professional skiers, you know, you'll see lots of damage on their face. They're at higher altitudes, all that light's reflecting off their snow. And they're in dry climates. So they're just being so dehydrated. So they're becoming environmentally dehydrated on their skin, even though they may drink tons of water.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So with your open house coming up, I know you have a couple baggies here and then some other specials. Anything else that, I mean, we need to be aware of? I know
We got great stocking stuffers.
Right.
I'm looking
If
at
you
the-
got a loved one, we have bath bombs, we have soaps, we've got lip balms, we've got lots of great skincare products for dry skin. And when you come in here, we're going to coach you through the right product that somebody may need for their skin. You know, one of the things a lot of people don't realize in the wintertime is it's really good to exfoliate your skin and hydrate it. Because when you exfoliate it, you're actually going to stay more hydrated.
Yep.
So, you know, we have these really great, we call them buff puffs. They're body exfoliators. You know, you exfoliate really deep. Yeah, buff puff.
Puff, puff, you know.
You a buff
That's
puff,
my
Adam?
nickname, you know.
Adam is now a buff puff. So
mascot
anyway,
for
you exfoliate your skin, and then you could put like the nourishing cream on afterwards, and your skin's just going to be soft and supple. It's wonderful.
As a guy, it's been tough to shop for lady friends in the past. Say, guys coming in, what information does he need to know about his wife, girlfriend, whoever, to help you guys find him the best product for her?
Yeah, the biggest thing is kind of knowing what your wife has talked about in the past. You can also like get into her products and see what she's using. You know, ask her, is your skin oily or dry? You know, does she have acne? Does she have fine lines and wrinkles? Pigmentation? You know, if she's an athlete and maybe has been outside for years, you know, sunbathed in her teens and's got some sunspots. We've got great products for that. So really from a guy's perspective, it's all about observation.
Paying attention.
Anything
Paying
easier than that?
attention. You're welcome. That's $100
Right.
of marriage advice right there.
So with all of the products that you have here, I don't think all of it is your own brand, right? Or is most of it, or is all
Most of it is.
Most of it is now?
Most of it is.
So Elizabeth Steffen is the brand on
Yes.
this because you and your the ladies here at Vanilla Sugar Face and Body have helped
create this product, the product line. Mm-hmm.
And so you know exactly what's in there.
Yes.
So if people have questions, you can give them straight facts to it, no strings attached. And so that way, when they're taking it home to their wife or to a sister or whoever it may be,
Yeah.
it's going to be a high quality product.
Yeah.
And I know, I mean, that I'll be utilizing some of this for stocking stuffers and Christmas shopping as well. So awesome. Anything else to add to those there?
I don't think so. I mean, we covered a lot today. It's a lot of information. You know, the big thing is even in the wintertime, wear your sunscreen. You know, even if it's like an SPF 15 on your face to keep it hydrated and protected from the sun damage. Because even if you sit next to a window, you're driving around, that can create lots of damage. You know, my sister, she lives, you know, northern Wisconsin, and we were just talking about how the sun has damaged her skin even in the wintertime when she's not wearing sunscreen. So this is her first winter where she's finally wearing a sunscreen. She's like, I didn't realize it until she actually started on a product that we have here, which is a vitamin C serum that started reducing her her pigmentation. And then it came back during the wintertime, and she was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. So
Very cool.
Yep.
I had no idea.
And before we wrap up here, let's go over a little bit over the last year of the shows that we've done together.
Okay.
I remember when we first came in here, I think you were the second show that we did on the Pinter and Patrick show. Doug was in here, myself, and obviously yourself, Liz. We did some things that we just talked about your information, didn't we? Of Vanilla Sugar Face and Body, of what
Yes.
you guys did. And then we kind of went into some other things. I know Doug got his eyebrows waxed.
That was fun.
That was fun. Adam had his back waxed. He might be due for another
Something
one.
else.
I know I had my eyebrows waxed on one of the shows. We saw some mermaid lashes, some
pretty awesome.
eyelash
That was fun.
extensions, I believe.
Yep. Dermaplaning.
Oh, yeah, we did dermaplaning.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys offer an array of services here at Vanilla Sugar Face and Body, and from what I've seen over the last several months, a year almost now, it's just been high quality service, high quality products that you're offering to your customers. And to be frank, I mean, this has been on guys that you've been doing this. I can only imagine what the women are experiencing. So awesome stuff. Awesome.
Very cool. Definitely.
Yeah.
So
Well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've had fun. It's been a fun year.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Very fun.
So we've had fun in here just hanging out at the office. So Monday for the open house.
Yeah.
Come party, drink,
Yes.
Come on down to our
enjoy.
open
I can
house.
imagine
We
what
still
that
have
would
some
be like.
tickets available.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to get tickets, where should they go to get those?
They can just give us a call on the phone, and we are only taking cash, so they can stop in for a ticket, or they can come in on Monday for a ticket.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Awesome, ladies. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much for being on the Pinter and Patrick show again, and we look forward to that open house on Monday. And you guys are doing great things. So thank you. Party on.
party on, Wayne. They're too young for that.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. All
There
right,
we
you got
go.
it. Yep, yep.
One of my favorite movies.
So
All
thank
right.
you.
Thanks, guys.
PeoriaLife.com